Wild pick, I have to tell you. I've got Rick Tyler here who tried to stop that from happening for a long time as communications director for Ted Cruz. By the way, lying Ted and little Marco, this is what that's how the conversation went tonight from Trump.
Yeah, and I think you'd expect more of it. And I think if the Republican establishment wants that kind of a person to get the nomination, then they won't do anything about it. But look.
What about Rachel's argument? I think we all agree that makes historic sense that right now it looks like Trump can win the nomination by Cleveland. No one else can. And if someone tries to win it at Cleveland, having not beaten Trump in the primary season, will they get away with it historically? Will a party nominate someone who didn't come in first? It hasn't happened in, what, I have to go back to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Adlai Stevenson in 1952 over Kefauver.
But it could be, look, those are the rules. If you don't arrive,
I know the rules.
If you don't arrive at the convention with the requisite amount of delegates, then there's a process
but there's
nominate.
Usually a way to get the deficit filled up so that the leader does end up getting the nomination.
Right. Well, but right now, look, Marco had a really bad night. Third, and fourth. John Kasich effectively replaced Marco as the establishment candidate tonight, I think. And if Marco goes into Florida, I think he's going to lose, and I don't know what his path forward is for losing Florida. So,
what's Cruz going to win next week?
I think he could win Missouri, because Missouri looks like a Midwestern state.
The two big winner-take-all states he's done contention with, Ohio and Florida.
He could possibly win. He could possibly win North Carolina. I think winning Florida would be a long shot. If Rubio got out, maybe he could win Florida, but that's the whole point. If Rubio got out, you could.
Rubio's not getting out.
No, I don't think he is either.
So how's Cruz win?
He could win. Well, he could win if Marco was effectively out and then people just stopped voting for him, which they did tonight. He got single digits. He will get no delegates.
But Cruz isn't going to win the big industrial states like Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
Well,
he's not going to win those states.
He came in second in Michigan.
I know.
It was pretty strong. I mean,
when do we give trophies out for second? I mean, these are winner-take-all states. You don't get a trophy.
No, I know.
No cigar.
If Donald Trump did well in these states but these other candidates are going to have to decide. And look, if Donald Trump was any other candidate, it would be over. We've all said that.
Yeah.
But he's not. And so these other candidates are in the race. And if they continue to be in the race, Donald Trump will be the nominee. And then you'll have a nominee who says things like, little Marco, etc.
If you were still in the campaign, you're the only one of us who was in a campaign recently. If you were still in the campaign with Ted Cruz and you watched that strange performance by Trump tonight, where it was, first of all, selling all his wares, defending himself against every attack that's been made against him by anybody, even Lindsey Graham. It was a strange defensive campaign, hitting point by point by point for like an hour.
Right.
What would you be thinking?
I think this is a very insecure individual, and do I want him to have the nuclear codes?
But would you think he still had political firepower?
Well, in the conventional sense, no, but he does. He has consistently broken all the rules. But look, we'll see going forward. I mean, people have finally started to attack him. People finally started to spend money against him. It remains to see if it's going to work.
Now being the nominee going into Cleveland.
Who is the best bet? Besides Trump?
No, Trump. Is Trump the other best bet?
Yeah.
Are you willing to concede that now?
I think he has the best path to the nomination. I think just because of the numbers. The question is whether the party's going to accept that and whether they're going to try to rally people behind Cruz. So the establishment now is talking about rallying behind Cruz. You had Lindsey Graham talking about getting behind Cruz, and then he could work with Cruz.
I'm only interviewing you, but I must say that he's been very lucky in his opposition. Whether it was the Pope or it's Vicente Fox or it's Jeb Bush or your guy, he seems to relish and exploit every mano-a-mano encounter. And if the establishment shows its ugly head at the convention in Cleveland and tries to stop the guy who went in there with the most delegates, I think you're going to see a major problem for the establishment.
If he doesn't get the requisite number of delegates,
yes,
I think they will try to stop him.
And what will happen then?
You'll have a very ugly convention.
Yeah, that's true. I think so. Guys, back to you.